Hello, my beautiful friends. I am so excited that you found this video. If this came to you and we have not met yet, I'm going to know and trust it's a gift from the universe, that perhaps there's something I am saying in this video that you need to hear. If we've not met, my name is Christina Harr. I am an energy intuitive and channel. I have created this platform in particular for a place where we can sit and connect heart to heart. If you are having a bad day, if you are in any kind of emotional pain in your mind, your body, your soul, your heart, whatever, I want you to have a place where you can come connect with somebody with no strings attached, where you can turn me on, look into my eyes, feel into the frequency of my heart, and to know that you're not alone, that you are being energetically held. I felt called with this particular message to do a follow-up to my previous video where I had shared my story about coming off of the antidepressants while simultaneously being diagnosed with Lyme disease. Because let me tell you, it was no joke. I can look back on it and say, like, I have walked through the gauntlet, the inferno, what have you, like the 7 layers of like hell on earth, and survived. And I'm here to tell you how I not only survived, but how I'm thriving and how I'm ready to give back to you to help you in any way, shape, or form of your internal suffering so that you don't have to be alone. So going back to the video, I had shared with you that I had, tried all the things with the different therapies. By this time, when I was making the decision to go off the medicine, I was seeing a trauma therapist. And I had shared with her, that I was going to be doing this and what the medicine was that I was on. And, by no surprise, she was like very much against it. And I get it. But I think it was almost personal too, in a way, because the particular medication that I was on for so many years, her sister had been on and had tried to come off of it and had like the very worst reactions you could imagine, and actually wrote about it in a medical journal. So of course, me being her patient, her client, she didn't want to see that for me. So she was feeling some kind of way, biased against this idea. And then I was feeling kind of pulled back by her too, because this was, like that deep internal knowing where it's like, I felt like it was a non-negotiable. You know what I mean? When that alcoholic has like that drink and they're like, I need to put this down to save my life. Or, the heroin addict, like, I need to put this needle down. That's how I felt about the medicine. As badly and as much as I wanted this antidepressant to work, it wasn't. And mind you, I had been on medicine. If you didn't see the video I was sharing with you, I had been on medicine for 15 years. So it's not like I didn't try all different ones, all different dosages, combinations, whatever. Did it all. Not working. Something had to be done if I wanted to save my life. And then I was also kind of feeling pulled away from traditional therapy because I was really drawn to somatics. And it was brand new to me, the word somatics and body work and what all that entailed. I had been in therapy for the past 5 years, right, with different therapists. And like I was saying, like just nothing was working. The pills, the therapy. And I was like, I told my therapist, I said respectfully, I said, I can't talk about what I've been through, the adversities in my life anymore. Like, respectfully, I feel intuitively like it needs to come out of my body. And I had no idea what that meant. I just knew, like, I was done talking about it. Like, something inside of me told me, like, it's in you. Like, you need to let it release. So I had been following a somatic alignment practitioner, the founder of somatic alignment, actually. His name is Santi. I'd been following him on Instagram. And his videos, his messages, everything just like spoke to me and it called me hardcore. And I was like, yes, this is what I need to do. So I had signed up to go to a training of his. He is from Colombia originally, but he travels the entire world to teach this particular healing modality called somatic alignment, which, if you've never heard of it, it's about nervous system regulation. And this is actually his symbol, the symbol for somatic alignment. But anyway, he has only been to the United States twice thus far. He really spends a lot of his time over in Europe, over in that way, in Bali, because it's more well-versed, more recognized over there. Somatics, I want to say, is fairly new here in the US. We don't really talk about it as much as we should be. But anyway, long story short, so he's coming to Connecticut. I live in Pennsylvania. So when I saw that, I was like, heck yes, sign me up, get me there. So I did. I went to a week training of somatic alignment, and let me tell you, mind freaking blown. I was like, that's it. I was finally able to learn all these words to articulate what I had been feeling, what I had been internalizing, with my mind and my body. Finally had words to say like what was going on about me. And with somatic alignment, it's about the nervous system regulation. Really recognizing that like most of us, the majority of us, are living in such a state of fight or flight mode that we can barely survive. It's like putting our fingers in a socket and being like, "Shh." And it's a matter of learning how to regulate and calm our nervous system. I was able to learn that like our nervous system, it affects everything in our body. And I was like, mind blown. Like, wow. Like, I had no idea. It's a matter of connecting to breath and our body to get us down into what's called a parasympathetic state of the love and the connection, allowing our body to calm down so that we can feel safe. Because let's be honest, you and I, like the collective, we don't feel safe on most days of the week. Even if we don't know what that means, it means like we're scared. Our body is perceiving some kind of threat, even if we're not in it, an active threat. Our body still thinks we are. And that's why so many of us get sick and get stuck in our head. Or even worse, can feel like dead inside. It's called dorsal, when you are just like tight and constricted and just like, oh, yeah. So after, practicing on others and having people practice on me for a full week of this somatic alignment healing, I came home literally like a changed person. I have never partaked in plant medicine, but I've heard about people who've done like the iboga, the ayahuasca, and how they come home and they're completely like changed, like mind open, mind blown. Well, that's how I was with this. And then I'm like putting all this pressure on myself to say like, how do I share this with the world? Like, we need to bring, this needs to be like on a regular here in the United States, talking about nervous system regulation. Like, how do I share this? And, just use, I don't even know where I want to go at with this, but I want to say like, it was what my body needed. I had broken ties with the therapist. I was incredibly grateful for her, and I love her and everything she's done for me. But I knew it was a matter of taking my healing journey to the next step in my own terms and not necessarily hear what like someone else has to say, just to allow my intuition to lead the way. Because you guys, like our gut, like it doesn't lie. Like what we feel within our body when we're feeling a hard pull for something, it doesn't lie. It's there on purpose. So now let's fast forward on my healing journey. I am no longer on antidepressants. I'm no longer in traditional therapy, but rather I am in a state of learning how to remove the trauma from my body in a holistic way through therapy, through breath work, through meditation, the somatic alignment maneuvers that I've learned, in training, I was able to do on myself. And being a Reiki attuned master, I was able to do my own energy healing on myself. And I've been following it. I have just been doing like all the things where I can say where I am here and now today. I'm in maintenance mode. I am sure I've hard days, a lot of hard days, because I'm feeling a lot of the feels of the collective, of myself, healing, my ancestors, a lot of things with that. And sometimes it's hard and they get muddled, and it's like, all right, well, what am I feeling now and why am I feeling it? Like, where is this coming from? Who is this coming from? And basically, I only bring this to your attention to say, like, it doesn't matter. If you're feeling a feeling, if it's rising to the surface within your body, it's for you to work with. It's for you to hold with compassion, first and foremost. Feel it, and then release it. Let it go. Be ready to give it that surrender. So, with me doing this, with me holding more compassion for myself, I've been able to learn, expand, and grow like beyond my wildest imagination. Learning how to get my nervous system in a regulated state, I've been able to open up and connect and hear spirit. And when I say hear spirit, sometimes it's just like a gut inner knowing where I know something and I don't know why or how, but you would not be able to convince me any other way. And sometimes I hear songs in my head, I hear messages. It's been incredible. I started trance channeling, where if you've never heard of trance channeling, that's basically where you're stepping back, your consciousness is stepping back, and you're allowing spirit to come through you and use your body, use your vocal cords to relay a message. By regulating my nervous system, all these new things were coming to surface that I never had before. And it has been such an intricate part of my own healing journey to sit down in prayer and meditation and connect with spirit. And now they have been giving me these messages that now is the time that the world needs us, meaning both spirit and myself. I am a physical vessel who can give spirit a voice, because not everyone has this ability yet. Well, they have it. You have it. Everyone does. Believe you me. Everybody can channel spirit. But it's just a matter of regulating your nervous system, getting yourself to calm down into a state to be able to openly receive from them. And I share this. I have a great story for you. So the other night, I went to a sound bath meditation, and a girlfriend of mine was there too, and she had brought a friend. And my friend, so a friend of a friend, right? She had been telling me her friend had lost her son several months ago, tragically, and that she wanted me to connect with her to help her feel better and maybe perhaps connect with her son. And I said that, yeah, that's great. Give her my name and number whenever she's ready. I'd love to meet her. And it just didn't happen. And that's okay, because things come to you when they're supposed to. Well, long story short, it's by no coincidence that last week, when I'm showing up to this sound bath meditation, my girlfriend and her friend were both there, right? I had no idea. They didn't know I was going to be there. I didn't know they were going to be there. I thought I was going for a regular Monday night meditation. Oh my God, it was beautiful. So, and I say this was such a gift to me because it's like that nugget of gold. It makes me feel so alive to be able to help somebody who is stuck in their pain and their suffering. It gives me that spark, that reignition, lights me up like none other. And typically, I don't get a lot of messages from loved ones, like typical mediumship. I very much so connect with the angels. See that guy up there, Archangel Michael? I connect a lot with the angels and Mother Mary all the time. Like they are what I now know, like I am coded with them. Like we are one. They are within me through the Christ consciousness. So when I do get messages from your loved ones or your ancestors, it always just gives it like that extra spark of like special and importance. Well, anyway, so before we began this meditation, we're sitting there and a name came through and I just said it. And here it was like her best friend, this woman who had lost her son. It's her friend that comes through and he's there and he's like telling me things to tell her. And then it's time to get started. We're laying down, right? Curled up in our blanket, got like our eye pillows on. And then I quick went over and like tapped her. I was like, you gotta open. She had her hands like on her chest, like closed. I was like, your son's here. I was like, you gotta open up. I was like, he wants to come into you through your right. And oh my God, I'm getting goosebumps just thinking about it. But like, you know, when we were done the meditation, like she just like cried. And I was like, they're telling me that they're with you always, but they can't necessarily get into you. You can't hear them. You can't feel them because most days it's too hard for you to believe. Or I'm sorry, believe. I said breathe. Forgive me. They're telling me it's too hard for you to breathe. And that the more you can catch your breath, the more you regulate your nervous system, the more you yourself are going to be open to receive their messages and their guidance. And she would just like cried and she's like, you know, it's the first time I felt him in 7 months since he passed. And she was so grateful. And it was such a beautiful moment. And I asked her if I could share this with you in particular, because it's just about the power of breath and regulating yourself. And I know that's so much easier said than done. And you're like, duh, Christina, I'm breathing every day. But are you consciously breathing? Yeah, sit with that. Are you consciously breathing? Are you literally taking the time, calling yourself back into your body, grounding your energy, recentering your focus, and just consciously breathing? I'm going to leave that with you. And if you don't know how to do that, I would love to have a private conversation with you. I offer the opportunity to work one-to-one in my home here in Quakertown, Pennsylvania, or on Zoom. We can do online if you're far. And if you're not in a position to do one-to-one sessions, I say, please keep coming back to this channel. This particular channel is to give you inspiring messages of hope, allowing you to receive energetic healing, perhaps a channeled message from spirit. Everything that happens here during these recordings is completely organic. It's completely the nudge from spirit of like what I'm supposed to say. So I never exactly know what these videos are going to be, but I knew I needed to sit down and do a follow-up of what was working for me post medication and traditional therapy. And really, it was body work. It was learning somatics, learning how to regulate my nervous system and consciously breathe. By doing all that for myself is what expanded my abilities. Yes, I had been an energy healer, but now not only do I have the ability to channel the high frequency energies, I can relay messages. You know, full partnership with spirit. Like drop the mic. Like not only do I invite them to come work through my body for healing for your best and highest good, I can give you some information that's going to help you along your journey. Whatever it is that you need to hear in that time, it's like giving you another piece to your puzzle of like putting it together of what you need to hear, of what's going to help you along your way. So I'm going to leave this video with that and say, if this resonated with you, if you liked it, if you're feeling it, please like, subscribe, hit the notification button. Or if you're thinking, Christina, I'm not sure, like this isn't really me, I'm not really comfortable with you channeling spirits and working with the angels, I get it. Not everyone's there yet, and that's fine. But if you know someone else who might be of interest, I say please share it, only because this is to help the collective. This is to help anyone who is feeling like they're in any kind of emotional pain, stuck in the muck and the mud of their suffering, and they just need someone's hand to help them get out. Like, that's me. I want to give you my hand. I want to give you my heart. I want to share my experience, strength, and faith to know that you're going to be able to get through it if only you just keep going. And with that, with all that I am, I love you. I love you. I love you. Please keep coming back.